What's up, guys? My name is Anthony, and I want to welcome you back to, or welcome you to Crypto Ride for the first time if it's your first time watching. On this channel, we help you navigate cryptocurrency through news videos, technical analysis videos, project review videos, and more recently, as you guys know if you've been watching, we have been covering the global economy and talking about all the things that are happening in the world, because there is a lot. We're going to get a little bit into that today, but more importantly today, we're going to talk about why we are bullish, or I am bullish, on Bitcoin right now. We're going to talk about fundamental reasons behind that, and we are also going to talk about news-related reasons behind that, which, yes, do have to do with the US stock market and the Federal Reserve. And there's so much happening in the world right now around the coronavirus pandemic, and it's just a crazy situation. But let's just dive into it. And if we take a look at CoinGecko, you will see that Bitcoin is right now sitting at $6,700, up 3.2% on the day, and up 23% over the last 7 days. So cryptocurrency starting to see a big move. If we click on the market cap here in general, you can see we've jumped up from 143 billion all the way up to where we're sitting now, which it says 179, but really it's 184 billion dollars. And don't quote me on this, but I would like to think that the bottom is in. The Bitcoin halving is coming, and on the Bitcoin clock here, you can see we've got 48 days, 8 hours, and 22 minutes. Not that the minutes matter much because they can change, but we are getting closer and closer to the Bitcoin halving, which, of course, if you don't know, is when the block reward for the mined Bitcoin gets shrunk in half, which essentially takes the supply, or the newly issued supply of Bitcoin, cuts it in half. So that is a huge deal. And when I talked about fundamental reasons why I'm bullish on Bitcoin right now, this is the main reason. Also, its deflationary nature, which we're going to talk about. But I found this article today I wanted to talk about in this video, and it's entitled 3 Reasons Why Bitcoin Price is Bullish Right Now. So let's take a look. Congress is discussing the creation of a digital dollar in the US. So here it says House Democrats propose 2 bills. So they're just bills right now. They haven't been approved, but still food for thought that I want you to hear. These 2 bills revolve around the creation of a digital dollar and digital wallets, so that the Federal Reserve could transfer digital cash directly to individuals and businesses. And they're doing this because our economy has essentially halted, depending on where you live in the world. Maybe COVID-19 hasn't hit you as hard as it's hit us here in the US. People are not working. The whole economy is at a standstill. The only businesses we have left where I live in New York are essential businesses. According to the authors of the legislation, the Fed would use a digital USD and digital wallets. Sound familiar if you're in crypto, right? Digital wallets to transfer money to qualified individuals in the amounts of $1,000 for minors and $2,000 for adults. So if you're watching, just a heads up, if you live in the US and this gets approved, could be looking at up to $2,000 if you're an adult. And the reason this is bullish for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is once we start talking about digital dollars and digital wallets, it's going to introduce people to the idea of digital currency in general. And of course, Bitcoin is going to go hand in hand with that. And we did see Bitcoin pump, I'm not sure exactly when, but when Libra was introduced, I believe it was in 2019 when Facebook started talking about their Libra crypto, and then all of a sudden crypto pumped. So as people talk about this digital currency, I believe they're going to have the next logical conversation about how it compares or what is Bitcoin. And anytime people talk about Bitcoin in the mainstream media, is a good thing. The second reason that we're bullish here is that the Fed is pumping unlimited cash and providing liquidity, as they say, into stocks, and the Bitcoin market and cryptocurrency has reacted. But here it is. Yesterday, the Fed surprised the market when it announced its unlimited support for the economy. I'm not exactly sure who it is, and if you know in the comments section, let me know. Someone over at the Fed was talking about how they will do anything they can as far as quantitative easing goes and printing more money to prop up the stock market and support the economy. So besides buying more treasuries and mortgage-backed securities, the central bank will also buy corporate bonds, which they are, and related exchange-traded funds. So for the first time in history, this is a historical thing, folks. You have to realize that the central bank is buying exchange-traded funds, and they are literally propping the stock market up. So if you saw those ridiculous gains today, and I wanted to show you this chart on here too, this is the wild roller coaster of the Dow, right? The Dow Jones, the US stock market. Take a look at how volatile it's been, right? Few updates, but majority of down gains. All right, and you can see we are down as much as 13% up here, and then all of a sudden today we were up 11%. And guess what? It's artificial. Everything about this is artificial. Trust me when I tell you, because I'm living in New York, like I said, and I'm seeing it all around me. The economy in the United States, especially in New York, it's at a standstill right now. So this huge green candle is introduced by the money that the Fed is pumping into the system. I believe the amount of money they are printing each day is roughly $75 billion per day. If someone wants to check my facts on that, I got that fact from Data Dash's video yesterday. Shout out to Data Dash. I love his channel. But this is artificial. Make no mistake about it. And to that end, the Fed's unlimited quantitative easing, boosting stock markets, which encouraged many investors to look through other assets, including Bitcoin. So why is this bullish for Bitcoin? So not only is the quantitative easing bullish for Bitcoin because you're going to inflate the US dollar, but anyone who is in the know and educated is going to look to store their money elsewhere potentially. I know with me, I did not get excited about the stock market pumping today at all because I don't think it's real and I don't think it's sustainable. Also, I should mention this. President Trump is talking about his hope of reopening the economy by Easter Sunday, by like the second week of April. But if you look at the amount of coronavirus cases in the US, we now are at 53,000. And I guarantee if you check this website, I'll put it in the description, if you check this tomorrow morning, it's going to go up another 5,000 or 10,000. These cases are ballooning. They're not slowing down. They're not stopping by any means. So I'm not quite sure what President Trump is talking about. As Governor Cuomo said, he believes that the president is actually putting the economy before the health of the American citizens, and that is not a good thing. And it's something that we need to keep an eye on right now. Another reason I'm bullish on Bitcoin is that cryptocurrency may be the last asset class still standing in a few weeks. And that is right. I'm just going to speak about this one off the top of my head instead of reading to you. But there have been talks about stopping the US stock market or other stock market and equities markets around the world. Now, I'm not so sure if that will come to pass, but if it does, cryptocurrency will not stop. And the other thing I want to say to you about cryptocurrency is it is not being propped up. In other words, that 23 or 25% gain that we saw earlier in Bitcoin, that's real. Right, that is real money coming in. We're not getting any help from the Fed, right? That is real money coming in from legitimate interest, which is a really positive thing. So let me know in the comments section, are you bullish on Bitcoin right now? And if so, what are you bullish about? What about Bitcoin makes you bullish right now? Or what about the world economy? Let's chop it up. I want to hear from you. I love talking to you guys. Like the video if you found value in the content, and subscribe to the channel. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose in cryptocurrency, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.